Hello and a very warm welcome to this special presentation. We are talking about the big match today between Mumbai Indians and Royal Challengers Bangalore. Royal Challengers Bangalore have won the toss. They've opted to field first. No surprises following the trend that we've seen so far at the tournament at the MCA Stadium in Pune. So Royal Challengers Bangalore have opted to field first. Now the teams fielding only two overseas players, and that team is Mumbai Indians. Yes, they've made a couple of changes, whereas for RCB, just one change in Glenn Maxwell. Finally, a newly married Glenn Maxwell comes into RCB playing 11. Shane Rutherford, unfortunately, has to sit out. But the difference for Mumbai, the changes for Mumbai is that Jaydev Unadkat, the experience of Jaydev Unadkat, he comes in, and Ramandeep is also in, and Daniel Sams and Timil Mills both are sitting out. So in fact, Mumbai have just gone in with two foreign players, and Mumbai needed to do something because, I mean, obviously the team hasn't done well. 3 straight losses for them, and was leaking runs in the death overs. And, you know, one reason being that both Sams and Mills were expensive. So, yeah, 2 changes for Mumbai and 1 for RCB. And they'd be happy. Glenn Maxwell, how long have they waited for him? He's now married. He's back into the side. And Glenn Maxwell, the bowler, it was also being missed. And so, yes, that is the news from the MCA Stadium in Pune. But the news from the D.Y. Patil Stadium in Mumbai is that Chennai Super Kings have lost another game, which makes it 4 in a row. They haven't been able to open their account, and it is Sunrisers Hyderabad who have beaten Chennai by 8 wickets. Finally, Sunrisers Hyderabad's top order coming into the party, and with Abhishek Sharma slamming 75 off 50, Kane Williamson playing a crucial role, and then Rahul Tripathi in the end finishing the game for them. So Chennai suffer their 4th successive defeat. Now the season doesn't look as good for Chennai, and they'll need, they'll need to really, I don't know what they need to do, possibly a miracle, but they need to do something radical to win from here, because the team doesn't look very good. And it is this time an IPL of 10 teams. So it is going, the race for those top 4 spots, that is going to heat up pretty soon. But yes, let's get back to Mumbai Indians versus Royal Challengers Bangalore. And before I get Shubhayan in, let's take a look at the playing 11. So let's begin with Mumbai. Like we said, 2 changes. And it's not very often that we see Mumbai going in with just 2 foreign players. But this time, things are different.
Oh yes, and that shows the lack of depth in their squad as well. You know, Daniel Sams, Timil Mills, they haven't fired at all in this tournament. Mills bowled a decent spell in the first match, but then from there on it has been a downward slide for him. But good changes in Jaydev Unadkat and Ramandeep. Unadkat has been a good transformative bowler for his state side, and has been bowling well in the shorter format.
Are you surprised that they're continuing with Basil Thampi?
Because he has that express pace, I would say. That is why he's there in that playing 11, and
he also goes for a lot of runs.
He does, and I guess Rohit Sharma is trying to back him as much as possible. But yes, Basil Thampi, he needs to check his line and length, because so far if he continues to bowl at that good length, hard length spot, then he will, with the kind of pace he bowls, he doesn't have too many slower variations as well. So if he continues to bowl that hard length and good length deliveries to batters in this IPL, he will go for runs as we have seen in the tournament so far.
Okay, the other thing being, I'm surprised that Fabian Allen wasn't looked at. He's also sitting, warming the bench, so they could have had an all-rounder in him. But of course, as Shubhayan was also saying, that Rohit Sharma sticking with Basil Thampi. Let's also take a look at the Royal Challengers Bangalore's playing 11, and they'd be happy. The team's batting's only gotten better, and they are coming off 2 straight wins. So, another one today, and the confidence is going to be sky high. But Faf Du Plessis, he's led from the front, has been good in the tournament. Anuj Rawat's got the starts a couple of times, but hasn't been able to get to a big score. Pressure on Virat Kohli now. Though with Glenn Maxwell coming in, there will be slight cushion that will be provided to Virat Kohli. Then there is David Willey, Shahbaz Ahmed and Dinesh Karthik. These two have been really the standout performer with the bat for RCB. And then there's Harshal Patel, Vanindu Hasaranga, 4 wickets in that game. You know, it's changed the game against Kolkata Knight Riders. And in the same game, Harshal Patel got 2 for just 11. So there have been some standout performances from both Hasaranga as well as from Harshal Patel. And Akashdeep got wickets as well, but expensive. I'm wondering about Mohammed Siraj. He seems out of it right now.
But he has a very good record against Mumbai Indians. So you know, he will be gunning to prove his point because other bowlers like Prasidh Krishna and all have been doing really well in this IPL. And Siraj, you know, he has bowled a couple of good spells, but yes, wickets have been missing from his under his name. So he will be looking to make amends, and what better team than to do it against Mumbai Indians. But a very good side. David Willey was being promoted up the order when Maxwell was not there, but now that Maxwell comes, look at that top order: Faf Du Plessis, Anuj Rawat, then Virat Kohli, Maxwell, and then the likes of Dinesh Karthik, Shahbaz Ahmed. David Willey is a good batter. Harshal Patel can bat. Hasaranga can bat. So you know, they are batting till number 9 there, and that's and even Akashdeep can use the log handle pretty well. So they have proper 9-10 batters in that playing 11, and very good squad. Very good.
It is a very good squad. And if you look at this squad and compare it to Mumbai has bigger problems than they do.
Absolutely.
Because Mumbai's death over bowling has been an issue, and of course Mumbai's batting as well. You expect so much more. Tilak Verma again played a wonderful knock in the last in the game before the last one. Surya Kumar Yadav, of course, coming in and you know, playing a wonderful knock, but in a losing cause. Devil Brevis also dazzled us with some of his stroke play. You know, a couple of sixes. It was nice to see for a young man. But yeah, it's a team that needs to win now.
Absolutely, and I think in today's match we'll see Kieran Pollard bowl a lot more in this match, and even I won't be surprised if they like in the last match they used Tilak Verma's all 4 overs. So I won't be surprised if they use it again, especially against Shahbaz Ahmed if he comes in early, or Anuj Rawat as well in the power plays. But they need Jaydev Unadkat to come good along with Jasprit Bumrah. Even Bumrah has been expensive in this tournament so far, an economy of more than 8 runs in this IPL so far. So I think, and that is why the lack of batting depth is very visible in this team. You know, when we were talking about RCB, we saw 10 players who can bat, but here after Ramandeep Singh, maybe Unadkat can bat a bit, but otherwise it's a very shallow squad in my opinion.
Okay, now that is Mumbai Indians playing 11, but let's also take a look at the head-to-head record now for these two big teams. This is a clash of giants, and head-to-head record, 29 matches have been played between the two sides, and Mumbai have won 17 and RCB have won 12. The big part though, and the important stat, is that RCB have won 2 and lost 1 so far in IPL, and Mumbai Indians have lost all 3 matches like we said, but Mumbai Indians have 3 defeats in the last 4 matches against Royal Challengers Bangalore, and I think that's something that should give Royal Challengers Bangalore some kind of psychological edge, but also the fact that they're coming off 2 wins and Mumbai haven't won yet.
But Meha, I'll tell a very interesting stat. 7 years back, when Mumbai had suffered 4 straight defeats to start the tournament and went on to win IPL, Royal Challengers Bangalore were the team who gave them that first victory of the tournament. So maybe Rohit Sharma would want the same thing to happen, and maybe the change of fortunes can come from there. But in my opinion, RCB are a better side on paper.
They are a much better side, and I also feel that Mumbai let go of some of their players and they're missing them. They're missing Rahul Chahar.
They are missing Pandya brothers.
How good, yes, they're missing Pandya brothers, and how good has Rahul Chahar been in the tournament?
Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
If you had to pick one spinner today, out of all the spinners, he'd be there right at the top. That's how good Rahul Chahar has been.
For me, it will be a face-off between Yuzvendra Chahal and Rahul Chahar, because Yuzi also has bowled extremely well in this tournament. But you know, the change of pace which Rahul Chahar brings, especially he can bowl. His fastest delivery, I guess, in the last match was 104 or 105 kph. So you can imagine the change of pace he brings to the table, and he's not afraid to flight the ball as well. So a very good package, and hopefully the way he has started this tournament, he will continue to perform like that. So Rahul Chahar, Pandya brothers, even Jofra Archer, they made a big bet on Archer to come in the next season. Maybe they should have spent it on some other
But that's
player.
my other thing. The next season's far away. I know people have been talking about, oh, they've invested in the future. But we don't know what that future is going to be like. How Jofra Archer would be bowling at that point next season, whether he is going to be fit enough. But yes, Mumbai need to win now, you know, because like we were saying, that top four, those 4 spots at the top of the table, those are going to get very difficult with 10 teams, and some of the teams are playing very well. So Mumbai versus Royal Challengers Bangalore, and like I said, Royal Challengers Bangalore have won the toss. They have opted to field first. A couple of changes for Mumbai. And one change for RCB, where Glenn Maxwell comes in for Sherfin Rutherford. And the 2 changes for Mumbai, Ramandeep is in, and Jaydev Unatkat, he is in as well in their playing 11.
Yeah, good changes, and you know, Glenn Maxwell coming in is a big news, and I'm extremely looking forward to watch the battle between Glenn Maxwell and Jasprit Bumrah in those middle overs, because Bumrah has a very good record against Maxwell and Kohli as well. So we are going to discuss about that as well. But
in fact, let's take a look at the key battles to watch out for. Let's begin with you know, what we can expect in the power plays. I think Ishan Kishan versus Mohammed Siraj. That's the one we're looking forward to. 16 balls played, 29 runs and 1 dismissal.
Equal. Very equal.
Batting strike rate 181.
So, and we know Ishan likes to play his strokes, and Mohammed Siraj will always tempt the batter to go for his strokes, and will continue to give him those lines where he can drive the ball, where he can play those inside out, and that is where Mohammed Siraj is extremely dangerous, because you never know which one comes in, which one kicks off the pitch. So that makes Siraj a very dangerous bowler, and you know, with every passing series for the Indian team, or every passing match for the Indian team, Siraj has been growing as a bowler, and this season I think slowly he will start to pick up his rhythm and wickets as well for RCB.
Okay, then in the middle overs, like we said, Virat Kohli and Glenn Maxwell versus Jasprit Bumrah. Because look at this, Kohli versus Bumrah, 84 balls, 126 runs, strike rate of 150, but he's also been dismissed 4 times. And that's where, you know, I want to see who wins the battle today.
Absolutely. You know, in the match between Punjab and RCB, we were talking about Liam Livingstone and Gujarat Titans, Liam Livingstone and Rashid Khan, and that matchup also gave us some great sixes by Livingstone, but ultimately Hasaranga got the better of him. And today also, you know, Kohli, Maxwell both have scored runs against Bumrah, but Bumrah has got Kohli 4 times and Maxwell 7 times, if I'm not wrong.
That's right. 65 balls played, runs 75. Maxwell has been dismissed 7 times by Bumrah.
Absolutely, and if Mumbai wants to register their first win, they would want Jasprit Bumrah to win this matchup battle against both Kohli and Maxwell, because if either of them get going in this match, then I think it will be complete carnage.
You know what? I think what Rohit Sharma is going to do is get Murugan Ashwin to bowl to Kohli and then bring in Jasprit Bumrah.
Why not? Why not? I think that will put Kohli
slow him down, put him under pressure, and when he wants to attack, get in Jasprit Bumrah.
Absolutely, and I think that is going to be his plan as well. But
I also feel that Murugan Ashwin in this side, they are lacking another spinner.
They are. That is why they have started to use Tilak Verma as a spinner, and I won't be surprised, you know, if Dewald Brevis is bowling well in the nets, then maybe Murugan Ashwin can be dropped in the future, and they might use Tilak Verma and Dewald Brevis as their spin duo. and maybe ask Kieron Pollard to bowl more often with his slower one, with his variations. But yes, Murugan Ashwin, he desperately needs wickets and restrictive bowling as well, because so far, even though he is bowling 4-5 deliveries, good deliveries in an over, he is always giving that one hittable ball in every over. That is hurting Murugan Ashwin's statistics and Mumbai Indians' chances to win the match.
True.
As well.
Okay, now in death overs, the key battle, it has to be between Dinesh Karthik and Jasprit Bumrah. How good has Dinesh Karthik been to
numbers.
Have not been dismissed in 3 games, the strike rate of 204.54. I mean, that is quite something. He is just out there to prove everybody wrong. He's out there to say, I'm not finished. You cannot finish me. And you see it with every innings that he plays. Every time, he's just been absolutely incredible. 33 balls faced, 54 runs, and he hasn't been dismissed once.
Yeah, that is why I am extremely looking forward to watch this battle. A good informed Dinesh Karthik versus Jasprit Bumrah, who has been sort of a mixed bag so far in this tournament, but Dinesh Karthik has got that edge. And you know, Jasprit Bumrah, he likes to bowl the Yorker lengths during those death overs, and that is where Dinesh Karthik is extremely dangerous with his scoops, with his paddles, and the slog sweep. So yeah, very interesting matchup for all the neutral fans, but a bit of a humdinger for RCB and Mumbai fans.
Now, this is what Rohit Sharma had said at the toss. He said we would have bowled first as well. The nature of the pitch looks like it would get better and better as the match goes on. We just need to try and apply ourselves. When you play your first game, you try and get some momentum. A first win would be nice tonight. And of course, he's talking about Suryakumar Yadav. How brilliant was Suryakumar Yadav just coming in? It didn't seem like he hadn't played for a while, you know, recovering from an injury, but it's just fitting right in. Isn't that so?
Oh, sheer flamboyance. I love to watch Sky bat, and you know, he brings a different kind of aura with him, the kind of, you know, I am not afraid of going for my shots, I am not afraid to take on your best bowler, and that makes Suryakumar Yadav such a dangerous batter, and we all know that, and many pundits have tipped him as India's Mr. 360 degree player. So he can pierce the field. He's fearless and has that power game as well to you know, get those big strokes when the pitch is not doing that much for batters, and he gave that shift of momentum for Mumbai Indians against KKR. Ultimately they lost the match, but yes, a good confidence booster for Suryakumar Yadav, and a huge boost for Mumbai Indians to have someone like Surya in that top order.
Absolutely. So Ishan Kishan and Rohit Sharma are in the middle, and WILLEY is bowling at the moment. He's opening the attack for Royal Challengers Bangalore. Rohit Sharma with Ishan Kishan opening the innings, and Ishan Kishan as well. The price tag pressure, he's just said, I'm not going to care about the money that's been paid for me. I'm here to enjoy my game. I'm here to enjoy my cricket, and that's what I'm doing. And that you see that in the way he's been playing. And when it comes to Mumbai's batting, he has been a standout performer for them.
No doubt. Ishan Kishan has been the standout batter for Mumbai Indians, but Rohit Sharma needs to score runs because he has not fired at all in this tournament so far, and has been the case in T20s, T20 cricket for a while now. Rohit needs to fire, because whenever he does well, Mumbai, the entire teams get lifted, and you know, if Rohit doesn't do well, then the entire pressure is on the youngsters. Tilak Verma, Dewald Brevis. It's not a very experienced middle order, barring Suryakumar Yadav and Kieron Pollard in that unit, but a very good player. He has done it all. He is a 5-time IPL winner as a captain, more than 5,500, 600 runs in this IPL, in the history of IPL. But in the last couple of matches, Rohit Sharma has struggled a bit to get his rhythm. But look at that strike rate, and if he can get going, then we know that he can even touch 230, not get limited to just 130.17.
That's right, and that's why I feel like with Mumbai, it's far from all being lost. I mean, they may have lost 3 games, but they do have the batting that can take them all the way to the playoffs. It's just a matter of how consistent they can get. And when Rohit Sharma, the colossus that he is with a bat, if he can start scoring runs for them, you know, I think Mumbai has every chance of making it to the playoffs. But yes, that's it then on this special. Like we said, you know, for all the latest for the world of sports. Okay, first let's take you through the points table. If you could just put that up before we say goodbye. For all of you who are wondering who's right at the top, it's KKR, Gujarat, LSG and RR. 6 points for the three teams. They played, KKR have played 4 games, have lost 1 and won 3. Gujarat have won all 3 of their matches. Who would have thought Gujarat just off to a flying start? Lucknow lost 1, but then after that has won 3. RR 4 points, have lost 1 and won 2. RR and RCB, and if RCB can win today, they will go up in the top 5 places. Okay, and then at the bottom of the table is Mumbai Indians. They need to win here tonight. It's important that they do. CSK have just lost, so they are struggling, and Sunrisers would be happy to get some points. Then there is DC and Punjab Kings. So that's the points table for you. And Mumbai, yes, Mumbai having Mumbai playing at the moment with 1 for no loss, and Mohammed Siraj is now bowling at the moment. Ishan Kishan and Rohit Sharma, like we said, at the crease. And important for Rohit Sharma to get runs, no doubt about it. Mumbai and CSK are at the bottom, which was unexpected before the start of the tournament. But here we are. Both teams have obviously seen, you know, there are weaknesses there. But nobody would have expected them to be right at the bottom of the table, isn't that so, Shubhan?
5-time champions, 3-time champions, bottom of the table. I think that's the most anticlimactic thing anyone could have expected for CSK and Mumbai. But yes, it is going to be very tough for these two teams to, you know, go up and fight for that playoff zone right now. There's plenty of matches still remaining, but yes, the guys who have 6 points and 4 points, they are going to have that advantage in this race, definitely. But yes, if Mumbai can win this one against RCB, then they will be again going after the other wins in the upcoming matches for sure.
Okay, so that's it then on this special. Do follow us on News 9 Sports for all the latest from the world of sports. For now, goodbye. Thanks for watching.